Hi, I'm Mr. Frog. For a while now, I've been heavily interested in the Ultimate Iron Man game mode. With this in mind, I wanted to set myself a new challenge. Using standard UIM rules, I want to acquire one of the coolest pets in the game, the Amulet. But there's a catch. In addition to these rules, I will also not be allowed to leave the island of Zeah. This means I will have to obtain all of my gear, stats and supplies in the local areas. Can it be done? Welcome to Overzealous. Okay, that caught me off guard. That is 73 mining. That's another level that's going to make it even harder and harder to get limestone. Which is another thing I want to bring up in this video, guys. Getting limestone to improve my player and house is something that would significantly increase the quality of this account. However, to get limestone from Wintertod, I think I have to do about approximately 100 million Firemaking XP just to hit the drop rate, which means it would be a stupid amount of time for me to potentially have the chance of getting limestone. With this in mind, I wanted to know your guys' opinions on allowing me to leave and get some limestone. Now, I will not do it unless there is an overwhelming amount of support for it, so I kind of just want to see your comments mentioning how you feel about it, because if you guys think that I should suffer with my own loss, my own idiocy, then I will just go ahead and do that. I do not need it for the account, but it will make it a lot cooler. The only reason I am considering this is because limestone is possible within my restrictions. I'm just a massive idiot who decided to not research things too much before doing them. If I'd have known about the drop rates from Wintertod, trust me, I would have saved the limestone. That's all I'm going to say. But anyway, if you guys could leave a comment down below on what your opinion is on this, because I don't think I'll ever get limestone if I don't have the exception, or unless they add like a stonemason on Zeah, because I am not doing 100 million Firemaking XP at Wintertod just to get limestone. That's just plain ridiculous. Anyway, I'd love your feedback, guys. Thank you very much, and on with the video. Well, that is going to be 64 smithing. I can now make mithril two-handed swords. Another level making its way in. That is 74 mining. Quite some good gains from this. Not complaining. Okay, so finishing up the first week of smithing, we have managed to use about 1.3k nutrients. Could be a bit over that. We've made 13,000 mithril bolts. And now I am going to finish up this inventory. I'm doing Sarachnis in about 26 minutes, so I need to hurry this up. Finish up the inventory. We're going to fletch the bolts into bolts. And then I'm going to go get the stuff in the dev storage. And we're going to be doing Sarachnis for another 50 kills as per usual. So, let's get this done. And I'll see you guys at Sarachnis again. And that is another 50 kills completed. And another cudgel this week. Yikes. Okay, so as said in the previous clip, that is another week of Sarachnis done. We didn't actually get anything, honestly, like anything even notable at all. It was just mostly mithril ore, some runes, emeralds, you know, like the usual regular random stuff that you do get. We nearly have 2,000 red Dragonhide, which is insane to think that it's near a 1-to-1 ratio, and I have been collecting it for some time. I think I got reasonably lucky with this though, because obviously I'm only on 1,750 kills, and I got 1979 red Dragonhide. So I'm actually, I think, above the drop rate for that, or below. I have more than I should have. I never know how that system works when you say you're below or above the drop rate. Yeah, I've got lucky with red Dragonhide is basically what I'm saying. Anyway, these are the supplies we're looking at right now. However, I do want to mention that Sarachnis itself takes quite a while to do, and I think it's mostly down to, first of all, the lack of inventory space I have for food. At this current point in time, because I have 2 prayer potions, I got some from a grubby chest, I only have enough food for 3 sharks, or only enough space for 3 sharks, and then the 2 potions that I'd normally have. So, doing a mass amount of kills is really inconvenient, because I basically have to restock after every kill, unless I like perfectly prayer flick and, you know, take very little damage from the minions and get really lucky, and then maybe I can do 2 kills in one trip. But it's not a realistic objective. It's not a realistic ambition for me to do. It's a lot of effort, it's a lot of work, and quite frankly, it's not really worth it. The point I'm getting at is I can do about 7 kills an hour, and the fact that I'm doing 50 kills over the weekends does take a while. So, what I'm thinking is making a few little changes to improve this. I want to talk about making a few small exceptions to the account, just to make life a little bit more bearable. The fact that I've gone this dry on Sarachnis makes me feel like I am what's the word? Sympathized these exceptions, I think I'd go with. I think that I kind of deserve something like this because realistically I should not have spent the amount of time that I have done here. I should have had the cudgel a long time ago. And let's face it, we all want to see it done. We all want to get it out of the way. So there are a few things that I'm going to do to improve this process. And in the next couple of clips, I'm going to be talking about the changes that I want to make. But before I move on to that, I'm trying to think of a way that I can optimize this inventory, because right now, it is a complete mess. However, pretty much everything in this inventory is something that I use. And it means that I can't get rid of it. So, we are in a bit of a predicament with that. Yeah. I'm going to have to think about this for a while. I don't really feel like there's much ways I can improve this inventory, if I'm honest. Other than maybe not having vials of water and then getting them every single time, but that just sounds like a lot more work. Regardless, yeah, as I said, I'm going to make some small exceptions on this account, and I'll be talking about them in the next clip. The first thing I want to address is something that I have mentioned before, and that is limestone. I am going to make the exception for limestone. I'm going to allow myself to go to the limestone mine and grab it, because I don't really feel like there's any point in me getting 100 million Firemaking XP just to improve my house slightly. So that's where we're heading. Off we go to limestone mining. Okay, so that is the limestone obtained. I did get myself 8. I think that is going to be enough for what I want to do. I really do hope so, because I don't really want to have to make the exception again. But we've got 8 limestone. We're going to head back and probably add this to the dev storage with the rest of the stuff before moving on to the next thing that I want to do. Okay, so the next big matter to attend to is nature runes. As you guys may well know, I spent a lot of time at Frogs collecting gnats. And honestly, it's a grind that was very unnecessary, so I'm going to make the exception to allow myself to just come to the Wizards Guild and buy more nature runes, because you guys have seen me kill frogs for ages. We don't need to see it all again. Oh, right. Hand in the sand. Never mind then. Okay, so the next thing on the agenda is I want to address the fact that Sarachnis is just painful. And I've said this before about that it takes way too long to kill. I'm way over the drop rate, and I feel like it's just about time that we completely abandon the idea of Sarachnis, and I'm going to make a small compromise. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete Monkey Madness, and I'm going to get a Dragon Scimitar. That is weird. Why are they phasing through there? Anyway, I'm going to get a Dragon Scimitar. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's slightly inferior to the Cudgel, so I think it kind of balances itself out. And I just can't be bothered to do Sarachnis anymore. So honestly, I've come over here, just gonna kill a monkey, get myself the monkey bones, and get some of the other items together, and we'll go ahead and we'll do Monkey Madness. Gonna go up here and grab ourselves this gold ore, and then I'll take it over to Ardy. We'll get it smelted into a gold bar, and I believe that's everything I need for the quest. I think I might quickly head over to the Type 1 shop and grab myself an anti-poison though, just so I don't die of poison during this. And I believe for food, I'm just going to use cakes. I can get them in Ardy, it's fairly simple, shouldn't have too much trouble with the quest. That mildly frustrating point when you realise you don't have any teleports, so you've got to walk all the way to the Grand Tree from Ardy. Slow, painful walk. Time to get started with Monkey Madness. Let's go. And with Monkey Madness completed, it means I can finally head over here and get ourselves a Dragon Scimitar. It is slightly inferior to the Cudgel, but it means I'll no longer have to grind out that stupid boss for a drop that I'm never going to get. And I believe that the fact that it's inferior probably balances out the exception of this. But anyway, let's trade with this guy, grab ourselves the Dragon Scimitar, and there we go. The new best weapon for the account. Next up, I figured that seeing as I did get myself 99 Firemaking, I deserve to at least have the cape. Its cosmetic appearance is going to be really nice for me, and it doesn't really offer any other bonuses. I mean, it's an infinite light source, but it doesn't really do anything else, let's face it. So I'm going to quickly go down here, and we're going to grab ourselves a Firemaking cape as well. And there we go. Firemaking cape acquired. Cool. Okay, so there are just a few more things I want to make exceptions for. As you guys may know, in Zeah there aren't very many shield options, and I feel like it's very unfair to me. So what I'm going to be doing in this episode is actually making the exception to allow myself to get a Dragon Defender. And the only reason for this is, like I said, there's not many shield options, so I kind of feel like I do need to replace that. I'm going to end up using the Tome of Fire or the Book of the Dead or something, which isn't very practical for melee. And I feel like a Defender is the best fit, seeing as it doesn't give many defensive bonuses, but it does allow me to have a viable shield option. With that said, let's get ourselves some tokens. Okay, so that's us collected up some tokens. I did go ahead and get some of my armor out because I was getting absolutely destroyed with no armor on. One thing I did notice about this is you actually lose pieces of armor. I was doing this with steel. Apparently, sometimes you can lose pieces. I didn't even realize that was a thing. We've got ourselves a couple of 100 tokens. We'll see how that goes. I think I got like 400 or something. And we're going to try and grind out for the Defender. So, let's head up and get started. Hey, look what we just got. We just got ourselves the Rune Defender. That's only taken me like an hour and a half or so. It's been really nice actually because I've had access to attack and strength potions from downstairs, which is really cool. I didn't think it mattered too much, it just speeds up the process a little bit, but I've actually not been here for that long. But Rune Defender is obtained. It is time to head down to get the Dragon Defender. Hopefully that one doesn't take too long either. Let's go. Look at that bad boy. We got ourselves a Dragon Defender. I have no idea how long this one's taken me because I've logged out since the last one. At least 34 minutes, I guess. I did use the lobsters that they dropped, but apart from that, I left everything else on the ground to try and keep it a little bit more fair. I don't want to get loads of free stuff from this, and there's loads of decent alcohols, and I didn't really want to abuse that. As I said, I was using the lobsters from the drops, but honestly, I just buy potatoes from upstairs regardless, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference. I did have to restock on tokens a few times, because obviously I was in here for a while, and I had to go and get myself a whole bunch of steel armor, which was a bit of a bore, but we did manage to get ourselves the Dragon Defender. Well, that is done, and that is beautiful. Dragon Defender acquired. And here we are, with our brand new gear, a much more optimal setup for the account. I could do a lot more with this than I could with the tatty yellow cape and the standard Dragon Warhammer main hand. And also we have the Dragon Defender, which is amazing. We are no longer going to be hunting Sarachnis for the Cudgel. That is a nice grind to be out of the way. We now have the Dragon Scimitar, the Dragon Defender, and the Firemaking cape. We've got a lovely lot of good stuff here, and I think it's going to be really good for us for the future of the account. With all that said though, guys, I'm going to be ending off this episode, and we will move on to the next episode with some plenty better gear, and we'll be able to actually hit off some much better grinds. With that said, guys, I will see you guys next time.